Hello and welcome to TPS, the Trivial Port Scanner. This is a short program that performs a SYN scan on a target IP. Basically, the user will enter an IP address and then either one port or a range of ports to scan. The program then performs a SYN scan on the requested ports and produces a report of which ports are open. I'll take you through the code now, and then we'll see an example of the program actually running. We start off, this is all in Python, of course. We start off with our imports, and you'll see that we are importing the Scapy library because we're using Scapy to craft our packets, our SYN packets that we're sending out and for packet manipulation. I have a not chosen value here, which just means that the port values haven't been chosen yet. GetInterface is a function that looks at our Ethernet interface. We're trying to get the name of it. You'll notice I have two values that are supported for Linux systems, which is ENS33, which I've been using with VMs here for our lab, but also for Windows platforms, the name Ethernet for the Ethernet interface. Get port range actually determines the range of ports that the user would like to scan. It prompts the user for a starting port and an ending port, which could be the same, in which case it'll only scan the one port. But anyhow, we start off, we prompt the user, scan a single port or a range of ports. What do they want to do? Do they want to scan a single port, yes or no? If they answer yes, it's just going to ask the user for a port number to scan. Okay, and we set our starting point of our range to be the same as the ending point because we're only scanning one port. However, if they answer anything other than Y here or yes, we assume that they want to scan a port range, and we prompt them to enter the first port number of the range and the last port number of the range. And then we return the starting and ending port numbers. The meat of the program is performed by run SYN scan function. And what this function does is we start off by asking for the target IP address to scan. Right now we only scan one IP address. One possible extension would be to allow the user to input a range of IP addresses or allow the user to enter a URL, a domain name, and have the program scan that. So the user inputs their target IP to scan. We call get port range to determine the range of ports to be scanned. We get the appropriate interface that we're going to be communicating on. And then we actually run the scan, and this is done with Scapy's SR command. We build a packet by building an IP header with our destination address to be the target IP that the user has specified, and we use that to encapsulate a TCP packet. We build our TCP header using a random port as our source port and a destination port range from the starting port and the ending port, which the user had specified. We set our flag to S because it's a SYN packet. Our interface here is Ethernet because I was running this on Windows. As an extension, if you want to run this on Linux, for example, you could use that interface function that we saw at the beginning, where it would set this to ENS33. Our timeout, so that we don't wait forever for these things to return, I've arbitrarily set to 30. So we scan our ports with this SR command, which returns a list of tuples, those that we got answers from and those that we never got an answer from. Well, we're interested in the open ports, so we want to know which ports we did receive an answer from. So we print the results, and for every port that we got an answer from, we check to see, do we get the SYNAC back? Do we get our SYNAC flag back? If we did, then we print out a message saying that port number is open. And basically, the control for this program is a simple loop that loops asking the user, what do you want to do? Right now they can run a SYN scan or quit. And if they select run a SYN scan, it goes ahead and it calls run SYN scan, and we do our processing. This loop will repeat, doing as many SYN scans as they want, one at a time, until they enter 2, which means quit. Notice, however, that in the future we could expand this program to allow other options other than just, 1 is running a SYN scan. You could have 2 be, running some other activity, 3 being another one, and then the final one being quit. So we could have other functionality here. All right. Well, that's an overview of the code. I'm going to have to do a separate video to demonstrate the code actually running, because the way I record this on the computer, we can't go from window to window. So stay tuned, and there'll be another video up shortly showing an example.